Yeah, please come.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, and Andy. Please sit down.
Thank you, sir.
So we address you as Anindya.
Yes,
Is
sir.
it correct pronunciation?
Yes, sir. Anindya or Anindya, whatever.
Huh?
It can also be called Anindya. The last A
Anindya,
is
Anindya.
silent.
Whichever is correct.
Sir.
Anindya.
Yes.
So Anindya, let's begin with your brief introduction to us.
Sir. So my name is Anindya Pandey. I was born and brought up in Allahabad, which is now called Priyagra. I did my schooling from Delhi Public School, Allahabad. Then I went on to do my bachelor's from Ewing Christian College. After that, I did my post-graduation in political science. Currently, I am residing in Prayagraj, and I like to do rooftop hydroponic gardening and watch football.
So Anindya, when after you were born and you became a little, I think must be as a child, when from Allahabad to Prayagraj, when the name was changed, were you happy or not so happy?
Sir, I had a mix of emotions. In one way, because I was born and brought up in Allahabad, but now the name was changed. But once I read about it, about the historical significance of Prayagraj, I realized the importance.
So today in Allahabad oblique Prayagraj, you still have all the display boards, signboards, not of government, but of people, the private sector. Have they also changed into Prayagraj?
Yes, sir, the work is in progress. We are seeing changes, but since it's
No, the private shops and all, they are making changes.
yes, sir, slowly and steadily. Once the banner runs out of time.
So why the change? Why University of Allahabad remains the same, and why what is it? Allahabad station or High Court also Allahabad remains the same.
Sir, Allahabad University, because it's a central university, so the act needs to be amended by the parliament. It's a legislative thing. And about the High Court, sir, it is for the name to be changed, it has to be done through a constitutional amendment, because Constitution mentions the name Allahabad High Court. So to change the name, we have to bring a constitutional amendment.
So what is latest about Prayagraj Mahakum in India?
Sir, an unfortunate event happened last night. 18 to 20 people almost lost their life. That is the latest happening because of the.
Now, what do you call them? All these incidents? Is it the hazard of such a big human congregation, which may happen, which may not happen, or you think it is certainly on account of deficiency in the administrative system?
Sir, it is mostly because of the humongous population there. Administration also has certain limits, because if almost 10 crore people come at a place that's just 10,000 acres, it certainly becomes challenging for the administration. Though administration is also to be blamed, because people are alleging that the place where the stampede happened, administration was absent at that time.
Remaining absent may be one thing, but at times, stampedes happen because of VIP movements and wrong announcements, misleading announcements. So suppose if you become the DM, how would you take care of these 3-4 things which prima facie, seem to be the reasons?
Sir, about the VIP movement, I'll ensure that the VIPs generally take a separate path that is not used by the normal people, be it from the back channel or somewhere else. Since the Kumbh is divided across the banks of the river, so I'll ensure that one of the banks or one of the sides of the river is kept for the VIPs and the other side is mostly for the public. About fake news or wrong announcements, sir, one has to be very, very vigilant while announcing, making or speaking any single word on the loudspeaker, because it can have big repercussions. But I have seen, sir, the announcement have been made in the right manner, sir.
All right. So, coming to your subject, political science, which you have taken optional, no, even you have done political science.
Sir.
Now, you have mentioned about some simultaneous election, you were the best speaker.
Sir.
Now tell me, when you spoke, was it a for and against a debate kind of thing?
Sir, it was a speech, so one had to give both the aspects.
So what aspects did you cover for not implementing one nation, one election?
So, sir, I spoke about the accountability thing. Since if one nation, one election is implemented, the politicians will face the electorate only once in 5 years. So this might reduce the accountability of politicians towards the electorate. Secondly, sir, it is such a massive exercise. The election commission may not be ready to hold elections throughout the nation in one go. And thirdly, sir, it was about the federal aspects of the polity. It might impinge upon the federalism, which is part of the basic structure as well. So these were the few things I mentioned.
But tell me, since you have done a debate and you have spoken and must have prepared, uh, in the first few years of constitution, like when the elections were started, 1951, or we had the RP Act, we had the constitution then also. Now there was no issue like federal structure being violated when the elections were held together.
Certainly, sir, but there was no mention of the word simultaneous election in the constitution as well. The assemblies were not forced to follow it. It was believed to be common sense that most of the assemblies will complete full 5-year terms together. Until 1967, it did happen, but it was not forced upon the states. But this time, what we are talking, it is kind of bringing the constitutional amendment. So it is, we are forcing upon the states to follow.
So in this amendment, constitutional amendment, don't you think that states approval will also be sought on this bill?
Sir, there are two aspects of this. Firstly, if we just bring the simultaneous elections for the parliament and state legislature, approval of the states is not required. However, if we talk about bringing simultaneous election for the third tier of the government, that is panchayat and municipal corporations, there we will need ratification by half of the states, since local governance is part of state list.
So what is the latest? What has JPC recommended?
Sir, the JPC is still going through the bill. The recommendations have not yet come out.
You have done something on economics also.
Sir.
You had a subject probably.
BA, sir, yes.
Now tell me again, related to elections, you mentioned about the negative things of, or maybe the positive things of having simultaneous elections. Some people allege that the sluggish economy, the growth rate of economy in India has gone down also because of the elections, general elections. How far you think could be correct?
Sir, the argument does have some merit because elections mostly incur revenue expenditure. So in this way, expenditure though seem to happen, but it only happens towards the revenue aspect of the thing. So this does not bring capital investment, which puts growth in motion.
And how do we tackle food inflation in India?
So food inflation, sir, it is mostly because of climate change and the international market where fertilizers are being a challenge. So the government has introduced a scheme PM Pranam, whereby we are trying to switch towards indigenous fertilizers. And
but that will, when would indigenous fertilizers be there? When would the prices come down? It is an immediate thing. Prices are going up.
Sir,
there could be some other reasons.
Sir, the reasons for prices going up?
Inflation in food.
So, sir, the reasons are climate change and.
No, climate change is a very, it's a very long-term thing. Climate change don't happen in weather change can change every day, but climate change which we talk about may happen in years.
Right, sir.
So till that time, food inflation will continue unless the climate changes back.
No, sir. Actually, we had El Nino last year, so this impacted the wheat production.
So we should talk in those terms. In what manner can we increase the supplies?
Sir, I believe the supply is not an issue. It is about issue of distribution. India still produces enough crops to feed its population. The food inflation kicks in when distribution issues happen.
So there is a national logistics policy. Sir. Are you aware of it?
Yes, sir.
Will that solve this problem to some extent? The way transportation is becoming swifter and speedier?
Yes, sir, it will contribute towards it. But I believe storage is one thing that needs to be taken care of.
All right. Thank you, Anindya.
Thanks.
So, Anindya, you are from Priyagra.
Sir.
Now, tell me, is there any, can there be any change in the agriculture pattern in the Priyagra region, entire region? change in the agriculture pattern, if you think, or whatever is going or whatever the farmers are growing there, that's okay? What do you think?
So currently, mostly wheat, rice, and pulses are being grown in that region. Certainly, changes can be brought. For example, we can shift towards horticulture. We can focus more towards growing vegetables and high-value fruits like dragon fruit in the region. This
No, changes can be brought or changes need to be brought.
Sir,
What is your idea?
So I believe changes need to be brought because of the cereal-centric policy of the region. Farmers are unable to increase their income, which is also the target of government to double farmers' income. So shifting towards high-value crops like fruits, vegetables can improve the situation. And since there's a big market of Priyagra near as well as Lucknow, so the farmers will find a good market as well.
You're interested in rooftop hydroponic gardening.
Sir.
What is the prospect? Do you know, say last 1 or 2 years, how the hydroponic farming has prospered in India? For last 2-3 years it has happened. So can you tell me some plus things about hydroponic farming in India?
So National Horticulture Mission promotes hydroponic gardening, whereas the state government of Maharashtra also provides subsidies for growing hydroponically. There are a lot of advantages of hydroponic farming, sir, in my opinion. Firstly, it increases the yield by multiple times.
How much market it has captured?
Not much, sir, because of the initial cost is being so high. People are charging more than the normal.
The market is in millions of dollars or billions of dollars?
Sir, I'm not aware of the exact numbers, but if I have to take a guess, I will say millions of dollars.
Millions of dollars.
Yes, sir.
And what are the items which are being produced by farmers in hydroponic farming? Main things, what are the main things being produced?
So mostly leafy vegetables are being produced like spinach, lettuce, and turmeric is also being produced.
Potato?
Potato is difficult, sir, because it's a root vegetable.
But I came to know that in Punjab, in Chandigarh, people are growing potato hydroponically and supplying to Haldiram, Bhujia and all these things.
Yes,
I came to know about it.
I'm not aware about
You are
potato,
not aware
sir,
of
but turmeric is something that is being grown hydroponically, sir.
I think it's a good idea because soil will not get
Yes, sir,
disturbed.
and it is water efficient as well.
It is water efficient as
Right,
well.
sir.
Your optional is PSIR.
Sir.
So, Anindya, tell me why this free trade agreement between UK and India has stuck. What is the issue? It has stuck for last, I think, 1-2 years. Nothing is moving. What has happened?
Sir, there are certain roadblocks. Firstly, it was introduced during time of, I believe, Sir Rishi Sunak, and the government changed after that. Still, no progress has been made on that front.
But the government, they are saying we are interested. We are also saying we are interested. But still, nothing is moving. What are the issues?
Sorry, sir, I'm not aware of the exact issues, but there must be some issues regarding safety of domestic market in India and as well as in Britain. That both the parties are apprehensive towards signing the issue.
Apprehensions.
Yes, sir.
You also done some work, I mean, you won some prizes on constitutional quizzing or something like that. So, in this current parliament, Anindya, how many Anglo-Indians have been nominated by President of India?
Sir, I believe the nomination was the nomination has not been carried forwarded after the 102nd constitutional amendment. Or
what is that amendment?
So that amendment was about extending the reservation for SCs and STs in the parliament.
And what has happened to this Anglo-Indian community in that amendment?
So the amendment finds no mention about extension for the Anglo-Indian community.
Why government has stopped nominating Anglo-Indians in Indian parliament? What is the contention of or the argument of the government?
So I'm not sure about the argument that the government has given, but it must be about the population, and I believe that the Anglo-Indians are not a significant population anymore as they used to be in the earlier times, and it must also be about shedding away of colonial mindset that keeping British citizens as part of Indian parliament.
My last question is about Namami Gange.
Sir.
What are some important components of Namami Gange?
Sir, I can think of 5 important components. They are Earth Ganga is one.
Earth Ganga.
Arth Ganga means economic importance of Ganga.
Economic, okay.
Second is, sir, Swachh Ganga, that is Swachh Ganga, that is
Swachh Ganga, okay.
cleanliness aspect. Nirmal Ganga, that means flow, unrestricted flow of water. Next,
Regarding some forest bank plantation, etc.
yes, sir, there are talks of development of river banks along the Ganga for natural cleanliness of the water. Sewage treatment plants are also being set up along the river. Specifically, let's say talk about Priyagra itself. 3 new sewage treatment plants have been set up.
Good. Thank you, Anindya.
Thanks.
Anindya, you worked for some project, I think constitutional morality.
Sir.
Can you, it was a kind of a declamation competition.
Sir.
Okay. Can you think of a situation where social morality has been given precedence over constitutional morality?
Sir, I can think of during 1980s when the government brought changes to the Shaira Banu judgment that the Supreme Court said talked about maintenance, and the government brought laws to overturn the judgment. In that sense, sir, I believe the government kept social morality over constitution.
In recent time, yes, you are right. That's correct. In the recent times, also, can you think of some example?
Sir, the bulldozer justice of the UP government is also one of examples where social morality, that is people's aspirations, were kept above the constitutional morality of law and justice.
Okay. Yes, sir, report has come. That is, I think, today only this was in the paper.
Sir.
What are the findings? Any good news in that?
Sir, I can recall that the learning poverty count has improved in India. Before the last report mentioned that because of the pandemic, there was a decrease in learning. Like for example, only 20% of students of class 3 could read class 2 text. But the current findings say that the improvement has been made, and it is mostly because of regular schooling post-pandemic, sir.
Good. And India has been witnessing a very impressive economic growth. It is even 6-7, ranging from 6% to 8-9% in the last decade, you can say. But somehow it is not getting translated into improvement in quality of life and living standards of people. What should be done?
So there has been improvement towards quality of life and living standard, but more needs to be done. For example, we can promote sustainable development. Our urbanization, our economy is led by 5-6 top cities of the nation. So this has led to increased pressure on these cities like Bombay, Delhi, and Calcutta, Chennai. So we can now develop more economic centers like even Priyagraj can be developed, Surat. In Madhya Pradesh, we can develop Indore. So this way, we can reduce the pressure on the top metropolitan cities.
But what else?
Next, sir, we can inculcate the ideas of mission life. In that way, we can protect the environment as well as achieve economic excellence. For example, cities like Delhi face huge amount of pollutions. So if we incorporate the ideals of mission life, then we can move forward in a good direction and provide good standard of life to our citizens.
Good. Anindya, this demographic dividend, do you think that we are tapping this demographic dividend to its full capacity, or some gaps are there?
So certainly, I believe there are certain gaps. We still have to exploit the demographic dividend in the right manner. For example, almost 30% of Indian educated youth are unemployed. This is an alarming stat because it is the youth of the country that will drive the economy forward. Secondly, sir, I believe we have not captured the low skill market in India. Either we have highly skilled professionals or unskilled labor. The low skill market is something that is lagging, and this will push forward the economy. Thirdly, sir, I believe we have lower economies of scale in the country. Mostly our industry is dominated by MSME sector, which have small capacity to build. So the production cost automatically increases. So last I can think of, we have low productivity of capital. Per 1 rupee invested, we do not reap enough benefits like countries like China do. So in this way, sir, if we work on these measures, then we can certainly reap the demographic dividend.
And then my last question, what will be your priorities? Tell me 2-3 priorities as DM in any of the districts. And tell me not the sectors. I want to hear from you some specific actions, maybe in education sector, health sector. So go down to the activity level, not to the, don't just remain at the sector level.
Sir, if I can get an example of a district, I can better align my actions towards the needs of the district. If you can give an example of a district.
Say, for example, Sonbhadra district of UP.
Fine, sir. Sir, since Sonbhadra has a lot of tribal population, I'll make sure that tribal students are getting good education. EMRS schools, that is Eklavya model residential schools, are running to the full of capacity, because we have seen
That is very good. Yeah. What else?
Secondly, sir, Sonbhadra region is also rich in minerals. So proper mines can be set up there. If not already, I believe there must be, but I'm not sure about the mines. But I can improve towards the mining sector of the region, because it is the economy, local economy is dependent on that.
So what will be your priority in mining?
Sustainable mining will be one. So because we are seeing instances of rat hole mining that has led to a lot of disaster,
Yeah,
particularly in northeast.
Thank you, Anindya. Over to you, please.
Well, I can see you enjoy experimental cooking.
Sir.
If you were to create a nutrition policy, what key aspects would you focus upon?
So firstly, I'll ensure that enough protein is in the diet, and that is almost 1 gram per kg of the body weight. Next, sir, I'll ensure that carbohydrates are also of good quality. They are not of for example, my focus will be towards complex carbohydrates like millets that can be utilized. So thirdly would be micronutrients. In India, we are seeing hidden hunger problem. Even though the government is able to provide carbohydrates and protein to a certain limit, we are lackluster towards the micronutrient aspect. That is also very essential. So that will be taken care of by, let's say, folic acid tablets, if not natural sources are available like fruits and vegetables.
Okay, fair enough. Let's say there is a situation wherein your subordinates are not cooperating with you on an important administrative project. How would you handle such situation?
So firstly, I will see to it what is the reason they're not coordinating. I'll listen to them. If they have a valid reason, then I'll incorporate their idea. However, if I feel that the reason for their insubordination is not valid and it is not in line with rule of law, then I'll make sure I follow the due process and go ahead with the plan and take sufficient measures against them.
Okay, you have been awarded JRF.
Sorry.
Tell me how your research-oriented thinking will help you in improving governance.
So firstly, I can think of evidence-based decisions. In research, we mostly focus towards evidences, and without having proper evidences, we do not move forward. So in governance as well, sir, if we have proper data, and this will lead to better governance. So next would be critical thinking. In research, we are taught that we have to question everything, and we have to recheck it again and again just to be sure about the research outcome. Similarly, in governance aspect as well, sir, I believe critical thinking is very essential that can be taken from research aspect. Third will be, sir, tenacity. In research, we do not always get what we are looking for. More often than not, we fail at researches, but the tenacity to keep on going again and again is something that can be incorporated in governance as well, sir.
Okay, well, I can see you were the vice captain of cricket team in college.
Sir.
Being a vice captain, tell me what challenges you faced, and also tell me how you managed to overcome those challenges.
So since it was a college team, so my juniors or my teammates were only my classmates were my teammates. So the age gap was not much. So it was difficult at times to get my message across to them because of the similar age. They were not ready to listen to me at times. However, I had to make sure that I listen to them. If whatever they are trying to say, whatever the reason is that they are not listening to me, I gave them enough opportunity to be heard. And sir, nextly, sir, I also communicated my thought process across in a gentle way, so that I should not come across as ordering them. This way, I try to manage the team, sir.
Okay, well, that's all I wanted to ask.
Thank
Thank
you,
you. I shall pass on to Anindya.
Sir.
Today, if I make a statement that global terrorism, is becoming more rampant, but with a change that some of the countries who do not want to get into a direct war are waging proxy wars through terror groups. You can see in case of Houthis, supported by Yemen. You can see Hamas with probably a Palestinian output, and you can also see Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan. You heard about it. Now, this kind of new terrorism scenario sponsored by the countries, how far it can be detrimental to the global order?
Sir, but proxy wars are on the rise, sir. We are seeing that terror outfits, as you mentioned, have been threatening global security. Sir, this is mostly because of the state of affairs we are in right now. No country is ready to engage in a direct conflict. So what is happening is countries are using such proxy outfits to destabilize the other country. I believe, sir, this might trigger a direct conflict one day, which will involve big players like USA and Russia back at each other, pointing guns at each other, like in the time of Cold War. So this is a possibility, sir. However, I believe this should not this might not happen because of the costs of war. After the two world wars and a long Cold War, nations have realized that it is not wise to have.
Do you think Khalistan is also a kind of war by some countries, Canada in particular, against India?
Sir, I believe it is more of a psychological war, though not a militaristic war. The Khalistani outfit has been supported by Canada, particularly the politicians of Canada, because of their own domestic interests of the Sikh community. Certainly, sir, that is the reason.
All right. So, Anindya, we want to now close our interview, but before that, I can, you can ask me to ask another question if you think that any of your DAF areas has not been touched or covered, or maybe we haven't asked a question. Your choice, your topic.
So, I believe we do not have a discussion on football, sir, so we can.
Football, it's okay. So, when do you think India will be able to contest in the World Cup football match, or maybe become eligible to be the last 16 or what?
32, and this
32?
time it was 64, sir.
64.
Sir, we have a long way to go. We are improving. We are making strides towards that, but we still have a long way to go because of poor grassroots infrastructure mostly. We are producing good talents, as we are seeing in ISL, the local leagues, but we do not have a proper structure to bring these talents and hone these talents enough so that they can reach the global level. If one thinks of
Don't you think everyone is glued to cricket and we are losing a lot of sports talent into cricket, where you can have only 11 people from the entire country?
Yes, sir. We are a cricketing nation, as we are seeing cricket is a religion of people in India. But I also believe things are changing with the growth of ISL, the Indian Super League. People are now engaging in football at local level as well. The club football culture is being promoted, like Mohan Bagan and the rivalry of Mohan Bagan and one other team. I'm forgetting.
They were always active.
Yes,
Even
sir.
when you were not born, Mohan Bagan used to be The only torch bearer of football in India.
Unfortunately, it still remains the torch bearer. We should make more centers like that. Like for example, in South India, Kerala Blasters are a team that have a huge fan base.
Okay. So thank you, Anindya. We are now over with the interview. We'll call you again after 2-3 minutes for the feedback. Till such time, you can wait in the waiting room.
Sure, sir.
Thank you.
Sir. Thank you.
Come, Anindya, please come. Please sit down.
Thank you, sir.
So, Anindya, how was it from your angle?
Sir, it was better than my previous ones. I was a little
Previous mocks.
previous mocks. I was.
How many have you taken?
This is the fourth one, sir.
So, I would not ask you what other mocks had assessed your performance like, but you were almost flawless today. Perfect.
Thank you, sir.
In all spheres. It's a challenge for us to point out anything which we may find to improve you further.
Thank
So
you, sir.
keep this up.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. You have not been able to get into this stage, to the interview stage.
This is the first interview, sir.
So it happens with many people, you are not able to reach this level. But once you reach this level, you outscore many in the interview. Now, only you would know and UPSC would know how much you will score in the main exam. But that apart, that thing has gone. Don't think about it.
Sir.
But you will pull a lot of marks because you are one of the top category and there are not too many.
Oh,
1 in 20, 1 in 30 we get people like you. Today we have given you 71%.
thank you,
There
sir.
is 195 marks.
You have a scope to go beyond this. So, nothing more to say?
Thank you, sir.
That's it?
Excellent candidate. You are an excellent candidate. You have done very, very well.
Sir.
Answered very nice. I mean, quite good, well-structured answers. Good information, valid information, logic, everything is there. So keep it up. One or two things in Namami Gange, you told everything right, but there are 6 sectors, I think, in Namami Gange.
Yes, sir.
Okay, the sewage treatment sector, river surface cleaning, river surface one sector, afforestation is a third sector. Like, I think 5 or 6 sectors. So just
check
go through it, man.
Sure, sir.
Regarding Anglo-Indian, you are absolutely on dot, very right. It is now completely off now, no reservation. Probably no, government did not come up with any specific things, but generally 1 or 2 advocates in the court, they said that the very minuscule population of Anglo-Indians in India,
Yes, sir.
not very much, number one, and they are completely more or less integrated into main society. And they are not resident of some tribal or rural areas. They generally the well-off people in town areas, in metropolitan. So these are some issues. Basically, you've done extremely well.
Thank you, sir.
Keep it up. Read newspapers daily,
Sure, sir.
Indian Express as well as Times of India.
Yes.
Both. Okay.
Yes, sir.
And you should remain yourself updated with all the things, international, national, everything, with good analysis, the way you have done today. You do the same way in the final interview. I am 100% sure you will get extremely good marks.
Thank you, sir.
All the best.
Thank you, sir.
I think nothing more to add, Anindya. Very good candidate, very bright.
Thank you.
I think all points have been covered by Chairman Sir and Honorable Member. You will do well. All the best.
Thank you so much.
Well, you have a splendid personality. You were poised while responding to my questions. And there was a lot of maturity in your arguments. I believe you will do really well. I wish you all the best.
Thank you very much.
And on the food inflation thing,
Yes, sir.
I would suggest that you divide into such the short-term measures, to revive or maybe to deflate,
Sir,
because monetary policy,
it's failing now.
all economists have said that it will not be effective for food inflation. So the only thing is कि कोई चीज महंगी है तो और दे दो ना market में.
Right, sir. Price stabilization scheme.
Price stabilization, government should come in and release some extra stocks.
So there's a top scheme, tomato, onion, and potato scheme.
So
But I was not aware. I was
no,
not.
you
confident
need not
about
be
it.
so detailed that you mention the names of vegetables also, because you know, it's an index.
Yes.
There are many people, कभी many things, आज वो महंगी हो गई, कल वो महंगी हो गई, तो पूरा इंडेक्स है
Yes,
फूड
sir.
का. उसमें मेंशन मत करो कि गेहूं महंगा है या चावल महंगा है, बट यू कैन मेंशन कि those the scarce commodities can always be, you know, released in the market so that the availability increases. Supply demand का खेल है सारा.
Yes, sir.
Supply is more, demand is less, so naturally it will go up. And long term are, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Hmm.
If you still want to mention your points on the things that you mentioned,
Yes.
right? So, any questions from you on India?
Sir, was I underconfident? Because I have been told that at times I am nervous and underconfident.
You are not.
That's
This was in the last mock.
Sir. No, sir. 2 mocks earlier. On 25th January, sir, I have given one mock and I was
Okay,
told.
so 25th January. You had 2 more mocks after that,
Yes, sir.
and this is the third.
Yeah, sir.
So, what was the consensus of the 2 mocks that you took after that mock?
Sir, I was told that I should smile a bit, and that's it, sir.
You were smiling today.
Yes, sir. I tried to.
So, maybe you have learned from there.
Yes, sir.
But if this, maybe, you know, on that day you were a little nervous, how does one know,
Yes, sir.
right? So, what you came out today was the best. You could be even, I mean, I didn't use, you should better, I should have used better. You could be still best
Yes, sir.
and score 75% marks.
Sure, sir. I'll try my best, sir.
All right? You were good. Don't have any, sit with your hand.
Okay. Okay, sir. Sure.
And don't get multiple feedback, you know, I mean, you can go and have
Sir,
mocks
this is
and
the
all.
last mock. My interview is on the 8th, so I won't
8th
give it.
February is not
Yeah.
very far.
Yes, sir.
So prepare budget, economic survey and all.
Yes, sir.
थोड़ा उसको अच्छे से करना. Economics में हाँ तंग है थोड़ा सा.
हाँ, sir.
You do very well. All the best in India.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you, sir.